Hi YouTube fans, this is H. Siftac back with another knife review. In my hand today is what they call the Case Trifold. This is a case knife made in America. You can see right here on the blade tang it says USA. Let's see if we can get closer. The Case XX USA Trifold. Now, I found this in a hardware store way back in a dusty cabinet that they had. And I believe I paid $25, $30 for it. And I tell you, it was well worth it. And why do I say that? Well, because for one, it's a case knife. It's made in America. And you know that their steel, whatever they use, it don't specifically say SS surgical stainless or anything like that on it. It just says Case XX. But I can tell you right now that that blade steel gets very, very sharp and holds its edge, and it's been used quite a lot, whittling and things of that nature. Now, what's neat about this knife is that it's small. As you can see, it's not very big, but it's the way that it folds. You pull it out, it has a rivet right there, it goes into there, and then it closes up. And it's very light. It just disappears in your pocket because it is so light. And you know, you pull this out, flip it back out, and once it's closed up, you hear a snap right there. Once it's closed up, there's no way that that knife blade can come down and get your fingers. And I'm always preaching safety. Safety awareness first eliminates tragedy yearly. So safety first, especially with sharp knives. And this basically, you know, cannot come down on your fingers and get you. And not a whole lot to say about this knife other than the fact that it's a real shame that Case no longer produces this knife, because I don't really see any flaws with it. The only thing that I think could be improved upon is they could make it more like the Duke knife. And the Duke knife, instead of having a folded, you know, molded plastic, it is a folded piece of sheet metal that's rounded off on the edges. And I think that some sturdy sheet metal could, with a rivet, instead of plastic, I think would be better. But as it stands, other than maybe this rivet here popping out, I really don't see how the knife can be destroyed. It's just an absolutely fantastic little knife, and I don't understand why more knives aren't made in this style. And maybe, you know, make this out of titanium or stainless steel or just whatever, you know, maybe, you know, instead of plastic. But even with the plastic, I guess maybe if you pried it and really put some hard use to it, maybe you could loosen this rivet up on the plastic. But I think if it was metal and maybe had a bigger rivet, I think this thing could be built like a tank. And in fact, it feels like it's built by, you know, the design is like a tank even with plastic. And it has a hollow grind to it, a drop point blade. I don't know how big that blade is, but as a comparison, here is the Gerber Mini Fast Draw. And I know it's about 2.5 inches, so it's very comparable blade size. And it has the finger choil right here, and it feels really nice in your hand. I'm getting 4-finger purchase on that blade handle, and it just feels absolutely fantastic in the hand. So light, such a nice knife. Of course, it is a two-handed opener, so maybe that is a thing. But you know, with most case knives, they're two-handed openers. So I don't understand why they would quit the production on these. You would think that they would be able to make these fairly cheap, and you would think that they would sell really well. Maybe they didn't sell well I have only seen one in my lifetime, and I own it, so I've looked online and I do not see anybody selling this knife. We use it. I don't collect them. You know, I don't necessarily buy a knife just to put it in a storage box hoping that I would double my money in the future. We actually use all of our knives, and we bought this one fairly cheap, and I tell you right now, it's well worth the money, and that's why I recommend the Case trifold knife. Unfortunately, you might not be able to buy one of these because Case no longer makes them. Which once again, if Case company's listening, you should bring back this model. And you know, I threw out some ideas. Maybe, you know, strengthen the case if that was an issue. I don't know what was the issue. You got a plastic nubbin up here, but I would say that's drilled through the blade and just popped on. Who knows? But I don't have any issues at all with this knife, even as plastic. You know, it just. And I think the price point I paid, $25, $30. You know, with that good a steel and that good a lockup, it's safe for kids. It's safe. It's a very safe knife because it's like a butterfly knife. It cannot fold on your fingers, and of course that's an importance if you're ever working with knives. So anyway, I'm going to end this review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked the videos, please subscribe and click the like button. Talk to you all later. Bye.